Hello everyone, yours truly, Chrislevi13. Hopefully you all can hear me and everything like that is going good, great, grand in your life. If you hear me and everything looks well, cool, great, grand. Because I am here with numero unto, number one, the very first episode of the Vault 13 podcast, which for the next little bit I'll be talking about gaming mostly, but also we'll talk about some other things as well, because I'll explain what this is, why I'm doing it, modern gaming, retro gaming, next gen, and some things like that, you know. And if, from time to time I may look at my computer during the podcast and look up articles, look up things, that's why I do this. But I just want to let y'all know that I am here, I am live, we are doing this, and yeah, share this out, get William, Slayer, Jake, and everybody, share this out, and yeah, let's have fun, and let's just have a party, I guess you could say. So if you are here, do me the one thing that I'm going to start doing at the beginning of the streams, and that is...
Give me a hell yeah! I said, give me a hell yeah!
But yes, we are here. So what I'm going to do is basically, this is what it's going to look like, but I may have some things pop up in the future. I may have some things like I have a section where like your chat pops up like I used to in my streams. I may have this. I was going to start at 8:30, but then I pushed it back to 9. But I can actually be here. So this is the reason why I'm doing this podcast. I'm going to explain that, and then we're going to get into some things. And feel free to chime in anytime in the chat. Feel free to ask me questions, and we will do that. We'll even have a little bit of a Q&A throughout the stream. So feel free for any of that. Now what I'm about to say to anybody that's watching this live or after the fact, this is going to get really heartfelt and speak the truth from me. So if y'all need me to do anything while I'm here, let me turn my mic up just a tiny bit. My mic's over here to the side. My second screen's right there where my camera's at. And then I got my computer right here. So I want to say hello to everybody that stopped by, whether they saw it at the beginning. Brian, thank you for being here. Lilypad, thank you for being here. Jakin, thank you for being here. Slayer, thank you for being here. Give me one. Let me close that. Okay. Let me just do this. But how's everybody? First thing I want to say, how's everybody's night going? And there's a reason why I did the thumbnail for this. So very simplistic. So very simplistic I did this. And there's a reason why. So give me just one more second and we will do this. Yeah, so let's see. So yeah. Okay, so everybody, if you know my buddy Stitched, who has popped up in streams before and all that jazz, he'd been a big supporter of me. Me and him have had our conversations. We've talked throughout my streams and all this stuff. So I'm gonna explain. This is explaining how this got started. So I had been wanting to do a podcast for a while and all that jazz. Something I could do solo, something I could do with others, something I could maybe even do episodes pre-recorded if somebody wanted to be part of it but couldn't make it the time to slot it. I could do it pre-recorded, get them in here, and then premiere it for you all. Now, with that being said, if you're here, please stay along for the journey and feel free to light that chat up. But I had done last year the Talk is Levi, which was inspired by Chris Jericho's podcast. If you know who Chris Jericho is, he's a professional wrestler, currently the AEW All Elite Wrestling World Champion. And I inspired by him, and I did it with the gaming aspect to it and all that stuff. And that was just a predecessor or spiritual successor to years ago when I did the Rock and Roll Wrestling Show. And the Rock and Roll Show was putting music and wrestling together in one show for you all the viewers around the world. And I did that, and then I did the Talk is Levi, and then I moved. And things were rocking. I became more of a streamer and more of the, and I still did my videos and all that, but it was more of streaming, because streaming is so popular and I love doing it, and people keep tell me I'm so good at it, but I sometimes still get flabbergasted when people, do anything from a donation to Sparks to this to that to just join in my streams. I'm still shocked by all of that, but I had been wanting to do this for a while because I had been on 2 podcasts, and people had reached out to me personally on Discord, Facebook, and Twitter and said, "Hey, we like what you do. We like what you provide. Would you do more of it? Would you maybe do something on your own?" And and I was nervous about doing this. I didn't know what to do. So with that being said, we went and did this, So I was looking at the Game Leaders podcast, and then you got the Chillcast, right? And I gotta say that Abaddon Smith last year putting me on the Chillcast one time, and even though my internet went great and the experience wasn't the hottest, and then coming this year, once I made the move, helped me let me be a regular, where at least once a month or so, or every couple weeks, I show up. And then extension and getting on the Game Leaders podcast and having that same thing happen, it was mind blowing to me, And I gotta give a big thank you to Avedon Smith, Studio Nintendo, Chips and Sticks, NX Revolution, Rax the Great, the Game Looters, Your Player 2, everybody that ever stops in any of my streams or any of that stuff, Stitch for making the artwork for me, and Jakin, Rob Regal for, all these different people, and all that jazz, And it's astounding me that I'm here, that I got people like Lilypad and William Armstrong. And this thing has a simple setup to it, because that's what a podcast is. It's supposed to be somebody talking to you all about certain things, Like I can sit here and tap this when you have some music playing. Or I got this. It's just little fun things, that I want to do and be able to interact with you all, and all that jazz. So as I do this, so I don't really have like a lot to talk about in these topics, but I wanted to still have them up here, and then we'll get like more into these other topics as we build this brand and build this, and testing it out. So hey, we're here, we're live. But yeah, so them thanking them, doing this, and I didn't know what I was gonna do, and I was held it off for so long because I didn't know exactly how to present this, But then Stitch, I threw it out there, hey, let's see this name, and Stitch came and helped me come up with a name, and then Stitch said she can't come up with a name, let's do the artwork, and this is basically a gaming and entertainment podcast where we will mention wrestling, we will mention other things in the world, but or like the platforms, YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, but it's mostly gonna be gaming. So the games that I've been playing recently, a lot of is obviously Borderlands 3. I played a little bit off and on Gears 5. I need to dive back into Gears 5 and actually complete the game. I am stuck at a boss in Borderlands, and then I need to complete Fire Emblem and Astral Chain. But yeah, I've been doing good, having a good day and all that jazz. I'm here, and I want to let y'all see something, that we're here on the podcast. I'm actually going to let y'all see something that I didn't use in this episode, but I will try to use going forward. Well, let me just see this right here. It is right here. Go to media source. Let me add. And then let me do this new. Then you say add source. And then you say browse. Then you go videos. And then you go. But how's everybody doing? See, that right there is actually what I'm going to start putting as the intro in when I switch to the podcast. Is this right here? You got this right here. It's right there. Which is what I created for the podcast, But Lilypad, I appreciate you being here and all that. But that's basically what I made for the podcast now. Dark side or light side. You talk about like the Force, Star Wars. If that's what you're referencing, I'll answer that in just a minute. But ask me questions. But I'm going to talk about modern gaming, retro gaming, and then next gen with you all. And this is just this. And feel free, if you're part of my Discord, to always go to the section and there's a certain section there if you ever have anything you would like to see me stream, create in a video, or any of that jazz. So if you want to join my Discord, feel free to join the Discord and all that jazz. I've got some news and updates from me that I'll talk about later, but in some big things I'm going to be talking about. But hopefully you're enjoying the first episode. So there will be an episode every week or every other week, meaning sometimes you may get 3 in a row, then sometimes you may get 3 and then I skip a week because of work schedule. So with work schedule, with work schedule being, it's it's free to be on Discord. Discord is basically where a lot of the content creators have Discord where they can communicate with their audience or other creators in a lot easier fashion outside of Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all that jazz, and plus people can join in with me when I play games, during the Discord, because obviously you can do it through Xbox or certain games that have voice chat on the Switch, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so that's pretty much that, and I wanted to do this, but I think everybody that's ever done anything for me, but this podcast thing was a nervous thing, but I had a good talk with some people, and people were like really needing some positivity, because some things in the community, if you've seen certain videos, certain little things hinted at, the community's actually had some things happen that have been kind of meh, kind of threw me off, certain creators. And I just wanted to make a floor where I'm able to talk a little bit more. But also, remember, you all can join in future episodes, video-wise, if I figure out how to do that. But also, I know I can get your voice in here if we join all in a Discord call. But also, I have Skype and all those other things that we could use to join in. Hello, Jake, and hopefully you're having a good night. Man, it was good playing with you last night in Black Ops, even though I was a noob and got my butt kicked. But yes, this is my podcast thing, yeah. So when you talk about modern gaming, if you talk about modern gaming, you have the Xbox One, which I've got sitting right there, and I've got me an Xbox One controller. Then you've got this Nintendo Switch, which is predecessor with the Wii U. And then you've also got the PS4, which I do not have a PS4, but if anybody would like to hook me up or help me get one back at Black Friday, that'd be really much appreciated. But in modern gaming, I wanted to talk about it because I love modern gaming. The big open, expansive worlds out there. In modern gaming, do you have a favorite modern game on the Nintendo Switch, PS4, or Xbox One? If you do, drop it in the chat right now. But when it comes to modern gaming, I've loved it so much because modern gaming is what brought me to be where I am right now, right here before you all. I played back when I graduated high school, and I got I could have seen my favorite band of all time, the Foo Fighters, or I could have gone and got me an Xbox 360 and Halo Reach. So what I did is I picked up Halo Reach, and I've had 2 days. That is 2 days, and then look, a little insert. Oh, you got 2 days free Xbox Live. And I'm like, okay, so I went and put it in. I had bad internet, played a couple rounds. There was a guy named Mark and a guy named Larry. You might have seen Mark could play some games with me. You might have seen Larry play a lot of games with me. TripleLGaming, a little fun thing we make when we're together playing games and all that jazz. And through that, it brought my love for gaming back out, because I remember I have a box sitting right there full of PS2 games, and I have a PS2 working PS2 right there, my 2 not working PS2s over there. But it brought me back to my love for gaming, and I started connecting with people on wrestling and gaming and music more and all that jazz, more my creativity side out there. And modern gaming has been so awesome to me, from Fallout. I'm gonna name games that have impacted me, from Skyrim, putting over 100 hours in Skyrim on the 360, to putting 60 hours, still not beating Fallout 4, playing Dragon Age Inquisition, one of my favorite games, and still never beating that one, and then losing that whole save file, and wanting to go back to the game but not doing it because I was like, I'm so far, I don't want to, it pissed me off, to be excited for games that are coming out in the future, and all this stuff. And modern gaming is what got me connected with probably everybody in this chat. I wouldn't be sitting here doing a YouTube channel and all that jazz. And I love it so much. It's like the innovation that the Xbox, the PlayStation, and Nintendo. Hell, the Switch right here is one of the most innovative things out there. It basically said, hey, people play games on a phone, people play games in a console, right? I ain't been on my Switch in a couple days. And all that jazz, And they basically said, let's make something that's a hybrid of the two, and let's do it, And basically, I feel like Nintendo, they've got a product right there. If they just continue making the hardware better year by year, and all that jazz, just improving on everything, they got something that could last for years. I can see 10 years from now, me still having one of those, or maybe having one that you come home and you have this beefy-ass dock that you stick it in and can play, and then bam. But modern gaming is so awesome with the vast variety of games. Because if you just look at the definition of modern gaming on YouTube, it says, what is modern gaming? People ask. It says the definition of modern gaming is the class or breed of games, flaws, that is characteristic by separate facilities, something that was like blah, blah. Modern gaming basically is this. And you can even say PC gaming. But people say PC the master race, And it's like okay, I understand PC is the master race, And if anybody ever wanted to get in and chat with me and say, hey, you're on next week's episode, 3 weeks from now's episode, or a month from now's episode, and you want to talk modern gaming or whatever, cool. But modern gaming is so awesome because you see things happening in gaming that is groundbreaking. Games that look ultra real, like almost realistic. You see that games like Zelda taking the franchise into like an unknown grounds where it went from being, oh, you're Zelda, you do this. Now you've got a truly open world game. You can do whatever you want and have fun doing that. And people are still finding new things to do in that game. People are still buying that game in drones. People are still doing things in that game that most other people didn't do. Then you've got games like series like Halo, Halo, Gears, the Forza for Xbox. They're still champion that Xbox are still holding the flag for and saying these are top series, but they're also looking to add in new, inventive things, especially with a lot of indie games with Cuphead and Ori and the Blind Forest and the next generation of that and all that jazz. It's really cool and interesting, and to be able to say, hey, I can sit here and have these modern consoles, and these modern consoles have connected me with you all. It warms my heart and all that jazz. Now, when you look at that other side of that coin, you could sit there and say retro gaming, which is my second topic, retro gaming. And there's gonna be a reason which you're gonna get into this. Why I'm talking about these things. It's because I didn't really have topics, but there is also another reason. Retro gaming. So if you look at the other side, retro gaming, you got Nintendo, Sega, Xbox, PlayStation, and all this stuff. It's like you got these people doing innovative things, and then you've got these people that are retro, And what's cool about retro is that there's so many companies nowadays. When you're sitting here at the game and you think, I want to play my old school Nintendo or PlayStation or Xbox games. There's people that are making things to make you say, hey, here's the cord to hook that LG Xbox up to your modern TV. Here's controllers that old controller of yours worked. It's a modern controller, modern layout, but for classic consoles. It's a lot of different things. The retro gaming is still alive to this day. It's like if you look at YouTube, there's so many different retro YouTubers, so many different retro things that you can talk about. Top 5s, top 3s, top 10s, top 20s, and all this stuff. And what's cool about retro gaming, the old style gaming, is I say PS2, Xbox, and Nintendo GameCube, and before. When you got a game, when you got a game like Ratchet and Clank, going commando. Basically, this game was everything you needed in one game. Everything. It wasn't, we can send you a broken game and through and through the criticisms you give us, we can sit there and just patch it out. Oh, we can send you some updates, every couple of months, add in a new gun. No, all the guns you're going to get, all the ammo you're going to get, all the levels you're going to get are packed in here. In this thing right here. You don't have to have no internet to play this game. You ain't got to sit there and like, oh, my console can't play my games because they're digital, or I can't play this physical game because it has all these updates and I don't have internet right now. These games in prior, whether it be your Nintendo 64, your Sega Saturn, your Sega Genesis, your Atari 2600, which I got an Atari system sitting right there. Those games were like just the whole game. And I don't mind games nowadays having updates. I don't mind games getting criticized and them sending out patches to fix them. But the problem I have with modern gaming compared to retro gaming, if you like this conversation, give me a hell yeah in the chat, is that these people can put up these games like WWE 2K20. I was going to get it. They put the game out there, and it looks so broke. I'll get to chat in just a minute, but I wanted y'all to give me hell yeah if you're enjoying it. They put that game that's so broke that it was like, what? From the footage I've seen. And it's like, okay. And they think, and what are they going to do? They're going to send you out, you're going to have that game, they're going to like, update, bam. But the thing about it is, these developers, what I don't really like, and this is just my platform to talk like this. If y'all want to join in the future, we're gonna have these discussions again. But it's these games that come out there and they think and they're broken, and people and then the developer rushes to get a patch. And what makes me mad, really mad, is that I've never vocalized this. But when you get a game and there's a day one patch, I got Game Pass and you pre-download a game, or you buy a game, and as soon as you put that card in or that disc in, there's like an update, and it's like, what? And you look and you go and you're like, well, what's this update for? Oh, day one patch, and it means that the people that sold you that game, the company that marketed that game from that developer, knew that they hey stitched. I'm gonna read your comment, Lilypad, in just a second. But these people knew that this game had some sort of issue, something in the game that they still wanted to get a game out there, but yet knew it's broken in some such form, whether it's a little bit or a lot. And that's where I have my issue, is that these developers, if they can sit there and make games more, I don't mind if it takes a game 6 months to a year longer to be made, or all this stuff to get all the kinks and all these little things to smooth out edges and do certain things to make the game not as bad, then I'm cool with it. But when it comes to retro gaming, if you had a game, and it was retro gaming, some of the games that were broke, some of the games that had issues or these little flaws in them, they made the game actually better because they couldn't fix that, and it actually became a cult thing, and people were like, wow. But with these modern games, it's just like, oh, we can do that and fix it, these companies, because we got the big money. You gotta, but it's like, I would rather get a game fully packaged in there and all that jazz, and then say, okay, maybe I gotta pay for some DLC, and that's about it. But the DLC comes in there fully loaded with extra goodies, or it's like, all that stuff's already there, but all you gotta do is, if you bought this DLC, and it says, hey, you buy the DLC to help fund this game even more, it automatically unlocks that little thing. Boom. You ain't even got to download anything. It's already in your game. It's got to have a little something to unlock it. Or like if you do a certain thing. Because a lot of games are like you can buy customization. A lot of this, a lot of that. I remember back with retro games, you like the game I showed you, there's games that I bet you like nowadays, oh, all these guns he's got, you can go buy them. But in this game, what'd you do to get guns? You had to unlock them. The more you use the gun, the stronger the gun got. But then, what do? You can play a game, you can get all these costumes, you can get all this. And it just saturates the thing, which I understand developers need money because the cost of games have gone from being this to this. But it's just like, take a look at what you did that was so successful in your retro games, modernize it, and put it out there, and make it work because nostalgia sells. Doing things like that sells and is good for the people, you know. And I'm not saying that you gotta sit there and keep trying to sell your on nostalgia. No, look at what made that work. What made the PlayStation 2 the best-selling console of all time? What made the Wii sell so well? What made PlayStation want to go on their own from Nintendo? What made Nintendo? What made Sega? Before they went to the Saturn and then the Dreamcast and had phenomenal games theirs, but went down. Because if retro can do so well still to this day, that there's companies built around it and all this jazz, then modern gaming needs to take a look at that. That's just me. Now, in a minute, we're going to talk about next gen, with my thoughts on next generation with the PlayStation and Xbox and even the Nintendo Switch. But I just want to look at the chat real quick in Lilypad's comment. Lilypad says, I've barely played any games aside from a few sports games with the Kinect and some DS games. I've played a total of 3. I have a Kinect. I used it for streaming. I never used the Kinect for actually how it was actually worked for. So, you've also played a DS. I've never actually played a I played a DS at the Best Buy like several times, but I've never owned a DS. The last handheld Nintendo console I owned, besides the hybrid that is sitting right there, was a Game Boy Advance, and I had some old skating games on there, 2D skating games and stuff like that, and I think a Kirby game, and I had a Rayman game on there. Slayer, what's up? Nothing much. Cool. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all being here. And all my rambling, and all that stuff. Beat Saber is something I've always wanted to try out. Portal 1 and 2, phenomenal games in Minecraft. For them to make a game that started out where people were like so conflicted about it but then at the same time bought buttloads of it. See that game rise up, fall down, but never really fall truly down. To always have this cult following and then now be bam. Because you see, every year since that game's come out, you've always seen, especially when it comes to the huge YouTubers like PewDiePie, the Markipliers, the Jacksepticeye's, and the list goes on. The Captain Sparkles, all these different people outside of Dashie. They always seem to be running the rotation, come back to what? Minecraft. And it's like amazing to see a game like that. That Microsoft did and then went and bought the studio. See a game like that be on almost virtually every platform possible now, and how well that game does. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Did your mom didn't let you play games? Apple juice. But yeah, and it's, Minecraft is a game I've actually put probably close to 100 hours in through playing with friends on his PS4, an old friend on his PS4, to my Xbox 360, to the Xbox One. Close to 100 hours. There's a lot of stuff that's changed in that game since then, but yeah, and all that jazz. And I really love this, So, pretty much before I get to the last topic, and then we can do a Q&A. So if you got any questions, light it up, and I'll answer those questions in a minute. I want to give you all a few updates. As far as Chrislevi13 goes, I'll still continue streaming at least once to twice a week right here on YouTube, and try to drop a video every Friday, which this Friday I'm going to clean something up and show some of my PS2 games if I can take time, and all that jazz. I will do that Friday. Now, with that being said, I'm going to get to the chat in a minute, everybody. I see some stuff going on there. Updates with me is that everybody knows that when I'm not on YouTube and I'm not supporting somebody else and I feel like streaming, and I have had big, and I would say the word big. It's like you look at people like Petty Gaming or even like the Spawncast. People that are considered of that stature, but just a streamer on Twitch and Mixer, both congratulate me for my content. I actually have the opportunity, once I get the stuff filled out tomorrow, to be able to put my name in there to be able to get monetized, where if I make $25 or more a month on Mixer.com/Chrislevi13, I will get paid. And I'm not even at 100 followers. I'm not even at 1K on YouTube. I'm nothing. But yet to see that is amazing for me. You know? And it's not about me. It's about we, because during my streams, I'm promoting so many other people through me playing games, chit-chatting about the game with the audience, but also about other creators in the community. It's nice. Hey, T-Belly in the house, everybody. Everybody, since y'all are here, let's do the thing that I do, and that is give everybody a round of applause. And a high five, high five, high five. Now, with that being said, monetization means that what? I will be on that platform more. Will it be more than YouTube? I don't know. But that platform is not like Twitch. Twitch, basically, if you get affiliated or partnered there, they want you to be exclusively on their platform for any live streaming content. And that live streaming content is theirs for 24 hours after you say this is done. So, with that being said, Mixer doesn't do that. YouTube doesn't do that. So it allows me to be able to still do my podcast right here, but also have other people and other things, and can grow this podcast and do things like that and all that jazz and everything like that. You know, so when I fill that stuff out and I figure out, hey, this is what it is, this is what this is, the other thing, then hey, we will be rocking, where you'll see me do a lot of streams on YouTube, plus some of my games like my old Need for Speeds and old GTA and GTA 5 that has copyright music in. I can play those games without the fear of, I'm gonna get a copyright claim, and you know, I can play the game, I can make money, you know, and my money is pretty much just gonna be the embers for now until I get like actually partnered, which is a lot of people I gotta get rolling in on that plays, but that's that. And then outside of that, I've got something that I'm gonna say one time and one time only, starting in November and December. I'm going to try to do some on this channel for videos, some collaborations. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit of surprise and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, just keep giving me ideas. Keep saying, hey, if you see me live or you see a post of mine on Instagram, Twitter, if you want to DM me somewhere, ideas, say, hey, I saw you go live, let me reach out to you. Bam. Or hey, I saw this dude say something and I only know him on YouTube. Let me go to one of his videos and comment something. Whoa. Watch that video, comment about that video, comment about what you need to comment, and let me know. You know, but I got some other things, you know. I'm also going to be, the next game I'm getting is Outer Worlds, which I'll be doing a big stream of that this weekend on Mixer.com/Chrislevi13 with some special things happening there. Then LilyPad, if you ever got anything you'd like to say to me and you're only on YouTube, you can go to any of my videos and just say, hey, I'm commenting this. Boom. Hey, I missed the stream, but hey, I'm coming to watch it, blah, 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 whatever you want to say. But I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you sticking around and all of that jazz. Now, with that being said, that is just a few updates on me. Plus, I'm also, when I'm not right here, I'm also supporting tons of creators. Y'all see me, I probably in a day on my phone have 20 to 30 different notifications I get for videos getting posted by fellow creators and my fellow creators. Then when it comes to live streams, I probably have 10 to 20 different notifications on my phone and from people going live, and that is just YouTube. If I were to add my Mixer in, add another 20 people there. If I were to add in Twitch, maybe add another 10 people there. You know, that's what I do. You know, and all that jazz. and that's really awesome, But I gotta say, really quick before we get to the last topic, next gen and my hopes for next gen, and then I talk, and I want to take a moment to speak about the community. I want to say to everybody that's part of the retro gaming community, the modern game community, you're just part of you're just what you consider yourself a fan, but I consider you all friends, part of the Vault Squad when you hit that subscribe button. Which if you haven't hit the subscribe button, anybody, please hit it. You get awesome content with me. But if you're somebody that, hey, I came here just for this thing, or I just came here for this thing. Ooh, my phone's going off, going off, going off. See, it's my phone going off for people going live. But okay, so yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. But with that being said, I've seen some things go up and down in this community, and I just want to make my floor right here to say this. I love a lot of people in this community. This community is what keeps me going some days. I'm at work thinking about ideas for videos or streams for you all. I'm in Vox every day talking to people that I've met through this community that I could leave this community, but yet still have their friendship and their bond with me. I've seen people, do this. But when you go out there, and I'm going to reference things and make videos on your channel, obviously we're going to make things that I'm going to say throughout this podcast is history, whether it lasts just a couple podcasts or a long time or whatever it is. When people put out stuff that I've seen in certain videos I've seen recently where they want to defame somebody or they want to hint at some people that I'm close with, but yet they don't have the guts to man say that person or ma'am's name, but yet they want to do this, and then anybody that comments on it gets looked at it in a weird way. It's like, come on. Some of those people didn't know their name was going to be said in there. And, and all that jazz. Some people didn't realize that. You support somebody and then they mention you in one of their videos and you're like, I support them. I never meant for that person to say my name in their video. Okay, well, people are going to look at you like, oh, well, he said your name and all of this stuff. Well, we don't need to be your friends anymore because you associate with him. I support the dude. Do I agree with everything this dude may say or this ma'am may say? No. But I can still support them. And that's what some people, and the thing that makes me worse about this is that people in this chat, y'all aren't bad at all. It's those little instigators, those little third party people where there's A and there's B, and then there's C. It kind of has to come in there, and C needs to do what? As they say with A and B, see your way out. Well, C's in there and doesn't see their way out, and they try to make the issues worse than what they are. And it just makes this thing so bad. So as somebody that is only at 600 some odd subscribers, is only at 40 something followers on Mixer, only has some odd number on Twitter, but yet I've had people all the way up into the millions. That means millions of subscribers. Reference me when I'm in their live streams. Reference me on platforms like Twitter. If my favorite wrestlers tweet at me, and people look at me in a light, even though, with respect. I just want people to sit there and just be like this. It's not about promote positivity. It's not about this. It's not about that. It's not about you, or you. It's about us coming to these platforms, playing games that we enjoy. Playing games that we know that you would enjoy. Talking about topics that are serious, are little, are big, or this, and having fun with it. Because at the end of the day, when you sit there and draft stuff out, there's been people that I've seen that are great people, and because of littlest things, they've deleted their YouTube channels, their social media stuff. And I can't be friends with that person anymore because of that. I can't do this because of that. And then it's like, wow, somebody that I used to talk to every day, now I can't talk to them because they're gone. I mean, not saying that they're passed away or anything like that, but they're gone. So I want to let everybody know, I love everybody that's hit that subscribe button. Hell, if you hit that dislike button, it lets me know that, hey, I maybe did something in that video that I need to do better. It makes me work harder. Because I'm going to keep grinding until I hit every goal that I want. And goals that I want are like 1,000 subscribers, 100 followers, be monetized on platforms, go to Southeast Game Exchange, go to Too Many Games, go to New York, hang out with guys like T-Belly and Dower Gamers, go to Chicago, hang out with people like Slayer, go to California, hang out with Mrs. Evil and Charles and Logan and all that, and and all that jazz. There's things that I want to do because I want to make something that whenever somebody sees me go live, they enjoy me going live. Whenever they see me do something, they know that, hey, I'm an adult. I do teen-rated content. Sometimes I go a little rated R and have a little bit of the bubbly or a little bit of this right here, my empty bottle of Crown Royal. But do I ever do anything negative? No. Do I ever try to be overly positive? No, because life's not always going to give you everything that's positive. But you got to realize, as I sum this up before I get to my last topic, that we're all different individuals. And you can take them how you want. You can have a disagreement, say, okay, well, you did your top 5 on this. Well, here's my top 5. I think you could have done this a little different or that a little different, or we could have a disagreement and blah, blah, blah. But then, hey, at the end of the day, if we have a disagreement, I may not like you, I may not care for what you said, but hey, I can still respect you at the end of the day. Cool. Okay. But what I've seen recently, it got blown up bigger than what it was, because even where the issue started, that person didn't really comment on any of it, other than what they did flagging somebody's channel. So I don't know. But with that being said, y'all know where I was hitting at it there. Let's have a good time. And yeah, I may go, and what I'm going to let y'all know is I'm going to go live, I may go live on Mixer after this, within an hour or two, but that's a maybe. I'll let y'all know. But my last topic is next gen. Now, this is the part where I want y'all to send me questions. Any questions you have about gaming, wrestling, music, any of that. Let's go. And I'm going to talk about next gen. Next gen, meaning 1 year from now, we'll know what the PS5 looks like. We'll know what the next Xbox looks like. Right? Right, because they're releasing next holiday season, which means at this time next year, we will be able to hit those pre-orders for these consoles. And that's an amazing thing, because obviously I'm probably going to go Xbox, but what if PS4 says, hey, we got your next God of War, we got your next Killzone, we got your next this, that, the other thing. Because what if this happens? What if this happens? Just theoretically, say next generation comes here. I'm going to get to specs in a minute. But just say this, next gen, which I'm going to have some things pop up so people can know what I'm talking about in the future streams. But next gen. Hey, we're PlayStation. We're releasing you. We're coming to y'all next gen. We're at E3 right now. We're coming to y'all next gen this holiday season with God of War, the sequel to the groundbreaking God of War that dropped on the PS4. This one is releasing day and date with the PS5 this holiday season. But not only do we have God of War, we have the next Killzone coming to you all. Boom! And we have Gran Turismo Sport 2 coming for you all. And then Xbox is like, well, we've got Halo Infinite, we got Forza, not Horizon, but Forza Motorsport 8. We've got Gears of War 5, the complete edition, and we've got something new and a new IP. If you saw that, that would be a hard sell for me, because I wouldn't know, hey, I would love to have a Gears of War, Killzone, maybe they pull out one of their platformers or something like that, and they have some stuff, wow. But then I'd have to look at myself and be like, well, are there any third-party games? Okay, let's Call of Duty. Well, Call of Duty, they have exclusivity where they get free content here first, there first, other place first, and it's going to be amazing. Because we're going into consoles now that they're going to try to not push for 4K. They're going to try to push for 8K. Which means things are going to look so crisper, more real, more intuitive. You got the VR being more accessible to people, which the PlayStation VR may be even cheaper next generation. Our better hardware at the same price. And then you've got Xbox, who has the HoloLens, which they can say, hey, let's release something for the HoloLens, or let's do our own version of VR. Y'all never thought Xbox could do this, but you know what? We're Xbox, and we always release the most powerful consoles, or try to. And we're releasing the most powerful, most affordable version of VR to date. If they did that, that would be earth-shattering. And at the same time, Nintendo, with their Switch, they need to be like, we're going to give you a Pro, or we're going to give you a dock for a price range that is affordable, that will make all games play on your regular Nintendo Switch, but also have enhancements for games. So you can play, so I can play all these games that are coming out third party for my other consoles that were released on here. Still play all of them, cool, great, grand. But when I put it in my dock, it doesn't just upscale it. It makes those games run better so that they look good on a 4K TV or 1080p TV, And people are like, Nintendo, do your handheld's not 4K. Well, when you put it in dock mode, that dock helps it achieve 4K. Helps it achieve a lot of different things. And people are going to be like, wow. So I get a console that can go on the go, but be near 4K whenever I put it in a dock. Nintendo probably would never do nothing like that, but it'd be cool to see. Or maybe, what if they sit there and they say, well, in 2021, we're going to have the Nintendo Switch Pro. 1 year after those two release, the Nintendo Switch Pro, which is basically the same size as the current Nintendo Switch, with an improved battery life by at least, I would love to see at least 2 to 3 hours improved battery life, fully like at least 3 to 5 would be my golden zone. We have that. We have 2 SD card slots on our thing. So you can put one SD card in, another SD card in, so you have a 128, and bam! Plus, if you put your console in the dock, you can put an external hard drive into it now and save games on that. So if you want to save games on that external hard drive and go to a friend and have that game go in with your profile on that external hard drive and go to your friends and play on their Switch at their house because you didn't want to carry yours, you could do that. If they could figure out a way to do that, then I could go buy me a 1 terabyte hard drive, hook that up on there, download a lot of my games to it, and be able to have that right here in my setup where I wouldn't be having all that stuff stored on the thing and holding this console down. Because I have a lot of digital games on my Xbox One, and they're on my external hard drive, which helps my Xbox One be able to do a lot of stuff there and just pull from that external hard drive the game. But anyway, next generation is going to be really interesting. It's going to be fun. Can't wait to see what happens. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be streaming all the E3 stuff on Mixer next year, not doing YouTube. I'll do highlights and all that on YouTube after the fact. I've got a lot of big things planned. I've been saying new merch. I've been lazy, haven't been working on it. I've been saying I was going to do this podcast. I finally achieved that goal. I said I was going to get monetized on Mixer or YouTube one day, and I'm going to work on that tomorrow. I've been saying I'm going to do some things. I've been working on that. I've been pushing to do this stuff, and I appreciate you all being here for me on this journey. I couldn't do this without people I'll say people that I appreciate so much, and I'm going to go through a list of people right now, and then we're going to wrap things up. So if you got any questions, feel free to ask me any question you ever have for me. Any question you ever have. If you want to know why I do this, do that. You want to know Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, wrestling, anything like that, feel free. But I got to say, the Chill Squad, the Player Essence Podcast, Spawncast, the Game Leaders Podcast, the Retro Community, people that do conventions like Austin and all these other people, and all this different jazz. Everybody from William to Chakra Zoo to Cabot to Slayer to Miss K to Not Another Game Collector to Jakin to Your Player 2 to Rax the Great to Spawnwave to RGT85 to Wood of Beat 'em Ups to the Retro Game Bros to the Game Beaters to Nefarious West to JLove81 to Linda aka the Gamer Girl to Generation Gap Gaming to NES Complex and NES Addict to the Pixel Game Squad, to even, no, I don't always dig what they do, but I'll be honest with you, to even the Game Chasers and the Metal Jesus Rocks crew, to what's his name, Happy Console Gamer, to Dashy, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, to Marty's Music, to Studio Nintendo, to all these different people and many others, beautiful KJ Del Rey, different people, this person, that person, all these different people. I appreciate what y'all create. I appreciate what y'all do. Whether it's my thing or not, I appreciate it. Because you know, at the end of the day, I can stand by saying that 99.9% of people I've met through this thing, whether I dig what they're doing or not, I can stand on my own 2 feet, look at that person, and still somewhat respect what they do, or fully respect what they do, because they're doing what they want to do on their platform, which their platform is using YouTube, but also using YouTube on their channel to speak the way that they want to create the video they want to. Anyway, William says, do you dislike social media? As I said, to its extent, when issues are brought up in social media, especially Twitter, and you've got these keyboard warriors, these people try to sit there and put their little 2 cents in there. Which, obviously, if anybody sees anything posted anywhere, you have the given right to free speech and able to comment on it, right? But it's when these people that commented on it that aren't putting anything of value out there. You see something you disagree with it, you put your comment there. But these people that haven't watched the original product, these people that don't know the person, these people that don't even know the people that are commenting on that, and they just want to put emojis or little signs or this or that out there and be like, and say something, and then people are getting all offended by what that person says. Like, that person did that to troll because they never watched the video. They never read any of the comments except maybe something just to put it be an asshole, you know. And it's like, that's what I don't like about social media. Now, as far as Facebook, I get on Facebook every day of the week. Do I use it often? No. I'm more getting on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube and Mixer, and sometimes when I'm at home on Twitter on Twitch and Discord. Those are the platforms I use. I do have Facebook for family and friends from high school and all that jazz. And I sometimes will get on there if people will chat with me through Facebook Messenger. But it's not my biggest priority. Woo! I've been here for 1 hour. Have y'all enjoyed this? If anybody here enjoyed this, let me know. Because I feel like this was...
Perfect.
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 But yes, this podcast will continue every week or every other week. I'll let y'all know throughout my other streams and all this if I'm doing a podcast that week or not. Sometimes there will be people I'll reach out to and say, hey, you want to join in the podcast? Maybe you can, if they can get on video, cool. And we'll and if I gotta figure out how to do that. But hey, you don't want to get on video, but you still want to be heard. Okay, I'll take myself off video and we can sit there and record an episode with just us two talking. And I'll premiere it on the YouTube channel on the date in the place of one of these podcasts one day. Because there's people that I know that work overnight. There's people that I know that work that are doing their own content. And if I just reach out to them over on the weekends, I kind of reach out to this friend and say, hey, would you like to do something with me? Would you like to do this? Blah, blah, blah. And They'll say, yeah. And then, hey, we got 2 hours free here. Let's do the podcast. Let's record it. Bam, bam, bam. And there's people that have joined in here that maybe they can't always make my streams. They can't always make my content because they're doing their own thing. But maybe there's a night that me and that person are chatting, and we say, hey, let's get a time where we're here 30 minutes, 40 minutes together. Let's talk, chat, bam. And then we can share our conversation with you all. But I appreciate everybody that's here. Hit that like button if you like what you see in this video, this stream, this podcast. Because if it's liked, the more likes I get, the more I will do that game, that podcast, those kind of videos. I'm Chrislevi13. I appreciate everybody through Discord, Twitter, Twitch, Mixer, everything that communicates with me. I got goals set. Right now, as I get ready to end this podcast, the first episode, which I'm very proud of. If you've got a Mixer, help me get to 100 followers. If you got a YouTube, help me get to 1K. If you are going to too many games, help me get to too many games next year. If you're going to Southeast Game Exchange next year, help me get to Southeast Game Exchange next year. And I don't say you got to sit there and, pay for me to do this or buy me subs or buy me followers or any of that jazz. I'm just saying all you got to do is watch, be there at least for 5 minutes a week, and just enjoy. I enjoy playing games with you people. If y'all have ever seen me on the Xbox or Switch and you have that game and want to join in, feel free. If you ever know, hey, Chris is going to go live with his Sunday night hangouts or his Tuesday night hangouts, and I want to play Gears of War, Modern Warfare, GTA, any game with Chrislevi13, feel free, because I'll put what I put to the side to play with you, because it's not about me, it's not about we, it's about us all of us, from the little ones to the big ones. We all got to stay strong, because these platforms, they allow us to be creative, but at the same time, they try to force us to do this and this. And once we push that notion out of our head, we don't sit there and break guidelines or make sponsors and ads go away. We embrace that, and we make sure that we build these bonds, because whenever the camera goes off, the stream goes off, this mic and everything is gone. When all this sitting in front of me is gone, I want to be able to look at something like this and know that, hey, I'm not doing YouTube. I'm 40 years old. I may stream a game every once in a while, but I don't do YouTube anymore. But I can still call up T-Belly, Slayer, Cabot, Chakra Zoo, JLove81, the beautiful KJ, Lilypad, your player too, friends, and still be able to have that connection, because you only live one life, and if you don't live your life to the max at your job or whatever you do, then you're giving yourself a disservice. If y'all got any questions, let me know, or I'm going to sign out of here within the next minute or two. So any questions, go now.
What the hell? God dang it, Bobby! Bruh. Wrong.
This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
So no questions. So I'm Chrislevi13. This is the first episode of the Vault 13 podcast. I probably did a lot of rambling, a lot of stuff like that. But as we get more people joining in these podcasts, More people coming around. Boom. Lip sync in the house.
Boy, if you don't get... Hell yeah.
Lip sync, just subscribe to the Vault. New Vault Squad member. Boom. But I'm yours, Chrislevi13. I stream currently right now, twice a week on YouTube. All other streams on Mixer.com/Chrislevi13. I do a video at least once a week. And I now have a podcast, which if you want to join in, feel free. And we can record an episode. You can join in the live version of the podcast. And whatever you feel like doing. Because we're going to continue growing and making these numbers. Because we're going to hit our numbers. Gonna have fun. But to end things out, to be a little different, there will be some streams, maybe one day, where I just play music for you all. Let me back up where y'all can actually see me. What should I play for you all? You mean to play you something original? You mean play you a cover or an original to end the podcast out? Let me know, and we will end it out on that note. So let me know, and we'll end it out on that note. So let me know. So say cover for cover song, or original for original. Podcast out, everybody. I appreciate everybody that came by today. Really make me feel good and all that jazz. But we're gonna have fun in these podcasts. It's gonna be a lot of me seeing this face, seeing this setup, but it's awesome. Cover or original? That's what I want to know. So y'all don't want to hear anything? Okay, then cool. I will do... doing the original. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just want to share. I don't share that a whole lot. This right here with you all because I'm just really shy about sharing that stuff with you all. But hopefully you enjoyed the first episode. We're gonna get into some deep gaming topics. We're gonna be getting some music topics. We're gonna get some wrestling topics. But most of the gaming realm, modern, retro, next gen, and also the platforms we use: YouTube, Twitter, Mixer, and so on. I'm Chrislevi13. Hit me up, Vox. Hit me up wherever you want to hit me up if you want to ever know. Hey, I want to be on this. I want to do this. I want to record a 15-minute segment for the podcast with you all. Because you know what? If y'all, hey, I could do a live podcast and premiere live on the podcast like I did with my little intro for the podcast. And say, hey, I did this little thing with this person and here you go. You know? But we are getting out of here. Thank you all for listening to me play my little guitar to end things out. I just wanted to make sure that I do things different because I don't just want to end out on a note. Oh, we're ending. Bye-bye. We're going to end. And I will see you all later. Thank you all for watching. Next week, I should have episode 2 if work doesn't mess with me and all that jazz. But, okay. I can't play no Smashing Pumpkins, but I can play this right here. This is some STP, Stone Temple Pilots. Here I go, Stone Temple Pilots to end the podcast. Out! Episode 1 is a wrap. Here we go. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all later. Podcast 2 next week, 8:30, 9 Wednesday. If I have to change it because of work, I'll let y'all know. Cheers. Hashtag we about that life. Hashtag Creep Squad. Hashtag Chill Squad. Hashtag Vault Squad. Hashtag Evil Army. Hashtag Promote Positivity. Hashtag Road to 1K. See y'all around.